Hey, this, yeah. Fuck a white flag, I ain't tryna forfeit. No way, niggas stealing swag, tell me who the culprit. Who did it? Think you copped the latest, I already wore it. I did. If I'm who she looking past, then she who I forget. Yeah, fuck a white flag, I ain't tryna forfeit. No way, niggas stealing swag, tell me who the culprit. Who did it? Think you copped the latest, I already wore it. I did.
You already know who it is, man. It's your boy Poor Boy sending the poll. Don't stand for poll. And let's jump right into it. First off, I want to say, Ronnie talking about extra pie charts and custom pie charts coming over the past week and a half has really ruined the demo, giving us the experience and thought that some of these builds will be good in the full release. Now, there's people out there that believe that we're going to get better pie chart options than the ones that we have. I believe that some people aren't going to find better pie chart options for their build. So, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to making build videos, it's not 100% fact that you can take a certain build video into full release, because there's still that thought that there may be a better pie chart option. You know what I'm saying? But we're not talking about pie charts on this video. I just wanted to say that to say what I'm going to be talking about on this video, you can 100% take into NBA2K20. I'm going to be giving you guys my personal opinion when it comes to defensive and rebounding badges. I will do a video when it comes to playmaking badges, so be on the lookout for that. So let's jump right into this one. Y'all know we get right down to business on the videos when it comes to the news. So let's start off by talking about defensive leader. We're going to go badge through badge. I'm going to give you guys my opinion on if I feel like if the badge is valuable for 2s, 3s, pro-am, or rec, you know what I'm saying, or all game modes. So let's start off with defensive leader. First off, I want to say I feel like defensive leader is more so for 3s, pro-am, and rec. I will say don't pick it up on the 2s and waste those 4 upgrades to only boost one teammate. Now, if you are a defender and you have the extra upgrades, definitely pick up defensive leader Hall of Fame so you can see your opponent's shot percentages. That's the best thing about defensive leader, is seeing your opponent's shot percentages. Yeah, your teammates get the defensive boosted on their stats, but being able to see your opponent's shot percentages pretty much lets you know if you can play tight on them, if you could bait off of them, if you can bait them into taking bad shots. Like, it really helps out a lot on defense. I would definitely only pick up this badge at Hall of Fame. Definitely wouldn't pick it up on gold. I mean, you can pick it up on gold if you want. If you want the little, I think it's only 3+ boosts to stats. If you got it on gold, Hall of Fame is 4+. But I definitely will only pick up this badge on Hall of Fame. And like I said, 3s, pro-am, and rec, because you're boosting more than one teammate versus on the 2s, you're only boosting one teammate. Now let's move on to talking about box. Box is one of those badges that people are thinking that they could go without. I definitely will pick up box on gold or Hall of Fame if you're a power forward or a center. I will say perimeter locks can go without box, but if you play a lot of pro-am or rec, you're a perimeter lock, and then if you're going to be playing corner, I will suggest picking up box, because you can drop down sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Get a box out for your center or get a box out for yourself to pull down a rebound. I definitely will say silver and bronze will be useless, but I won't say as useless, depending on how good bronze and silver badges are, because you already know bronze and silver badges were good on NBA 2K19. Weren't that good on well, they definitely were good on 18 too. I want to say bronze badges has always been good, but definitely if somebody has a higher tier box and a higher tier worm than you do, than your box, then you're definitely going to get boxed out, you know what I'm saying, or outplayed down low in the post. So definitely pick up box. Now let's talk about brick wall right quick. I know in my sharpshooter rim protector video, a lot of people were saying, why didn't I pick up brick wall in that video? And pretty much I was trying to say, I don't know if I said it or not, that brick wall is a personal preference heavy badge. It depends on who you're playing with. Even when it comes to making your build, it depends on who you're playing with. If you're going to be playing with an isolation player, so say you're playing with me all the time, all day, every day, you know you're only going to be playing with me. You do not want to pick up brick wall, because I'm never going to ask you to come set a screen. So you don't want to have a badge that you're not even going to use. You feel me? Because this year the game isn't picking our badges for us. We are picking our badges. So you don't want to make the mistake of picking a badge that you're not going to be using, because you're not going to be able to change your badges again until your next badge upgrade, or until after 95 overall. You can switch your badges whenever you want. So definitely don't pick up brick wall if you're planning to play with a lot of isolation players. A lot of people think that brick wall Hall of Fame is going to knock people down like it does in the demo, and I'm here to say that those screens will definitely be nerfed. I will be highly surprised if they let that fly into full game, but I think they have already brought it to our attention that those screens are not going to make it into full game. So definitely pay attention to and think about who you're going to be playing with in NBA 2K20 before you plan on picking up brick wall Hall of Fame just cuz. Now let's move on to talking about Chase Down Artist. Chase Down Artist is a threes heavy badge. If you plan on playing a lot of twos, I wouldn't suggest picking up Chase Down Artist. Now if you do have the extra badge upgrades for it, then I say hey, go for it, but I wouldn't go Hall of Fame. It's unnecessary, especially on the twos. I like to stress this a lot when it comes to the twos, because you don't plan on giving up the ball on the twos. The twos is winners out. So some badges you really aren't going to need when it comes to the twos. So that's what I feel like with Chase Down Artists. If you do play a lot of threes, rec or prime, of course pick this badge up, gold or Hall of Fame. If you could go bronze or silver, that's cool too. I will say this badge is cool at bronze or silver. Perimeter lockdowns definitely should have this badge. I would say it's optional for rim protectors, but if you're rim protectors or center builds, if you plan on guarding pick and roll heavy, then I would suggest picking up Chase Down Artist just in case, you know what I'm saying, you catch the guard driving down into the lane. You could get a chase down block animation, or catch the center trying to cut through. You could get a chase down block animation. Let's move on to talking about clamps. I will say clamps is mandatory for perimeter locks. Hall of Fame if you can. Gold should do, but Hall of Fame if you can. Silver and bronze clamps should be good, man. If you guys remember, I had bronze defensive stopper on my point forward on 19. When I hit 99, it upgraded into silver, and silver got the job done. I had silver bruiser as well. So I will say, like I said, some bronze and silver badges are good and still can be useful, and clamps is one of them. Like I said though, if you're a perimeter lockdown, definitely try and go for Hall of Fame when it comes to picking up clamps. It can help rim protectors out or center builds that plan on guarding a lot of pick and roll. So think about that if you're going to be playing a lot of threes, or in prime if you're going to be the main defender when it comes to guarding PNR. You may want to pick up clamps just in case you got to switch off and you can stay in front of the guard. So definitely think about picking up this badge at Gold or Hall of Fame. They have not confirmed yet if clamps or Intimidator works like bruiser. There's no defensive badge that's draining stamina out there, so hopefully we get confirmation on that or not. But if there isn't no defensive badge that's draining stamina anymore, that's a big game changer. But if you definitely plan on playing a lot of defense, a lot of on-ball defense, you definitely want to pick up clamps on Gold or Hall of Fame. Now let's move on to talking about Heart Crusher. This is one of those badges, y'all. Do not waste your upgrades on this. Now if you do play a lot of Pro-Am or Rec, I would suggest picking up this badge for your team if you play a lot of Pro-Am or Rec. But if you play a lot of threes, twos, and park, man, definitely do not waste your upgrades on Heart Crusher. I don't even think if you get max upgrades, you should waste it on Heart Crusher. You feel me? Now, like I said, it's personal preference. It's best for on-ball defenders and interior defenders that plan on guarding a lot of post moves and post players and interior, you know what I'm saying, offensive players. Now, I will say this badge is good for the 1v1 court, though. So, once again, when it comes to equipping and unequipping your badges, it depends on what game mode you're going to be playing. Now, like I said, this will be good for the 1v1 court, but I will not waste my upgrades on this badge. Personal preference heavy. Let's move on to the next badge. Let's talk about Interceptor right quick. Now, Interceptor is one of those badges people are already sleeping on. They put Needle Threader in the game. We're going to talk about Needle Threader in another video, but they put Needle Threader and Interceptor in the game for a reason. So if you have Interceptor and somebody else does not have needle threader and they throwing a bad pass, those are easy cookies all day. A lot of people are going to be mad that interceptor has returned, and you can get it at the Hall of Fame tier. Now, interceptor does not work like pickpocket. There's people that have asked me, yes, but interceptor does not work like pickpocket. You know what I'm saying? Off ball passing lane steals. Definitely pick up this badge, Hall of Fame or gold if you can, but do not pick it up if you're an on-ball defender. If you're an on-ball defender and you play on-ball defense a lot, do not pick up interceptor at Hall of Fame. I'll say gold, maybe silver. Bronze can do too, but if you don't plan on playing a lot of off-ball defense, if you get what I mean, then do not pick up this badge, you feel me? Let's move on to talking about Intimidator. Intimidator is the new defensive stopper. If you guys have not known yet, there is no badge out there that is dropping badge tiers anymore. Intimidator solely drops the shot percentage of your opponent's shot. It will not drop badge tiers. Again, like I said about clamps, they have not confirmed where Bruiser went in all these badges. It's looking like Bruiser is gone. And I want to say, even though I'm a playmaker, I don't like that. If Bruiser is gone, I don't like that. I liked it that in the game, you feel me? Now, centers with brick wall, they're still able to drain stamina with brick wall, but I don't think they should have took Bruiser out the game if it is out the game. Now, I'm not 100% sure if Intimidator drops attributes, but it 100% drops shot percentages. And if you have this badge on Hall of Fame, nobody is going to make a shot, bro. Even though the My Player Builder is on Pro, when I had Hall of Fame Intimidator, Stephen Curry literally was not making nothing. He didn't make not one shot when I was guarding him with Hall of Fame Intimidator. So keep this badge on your radar. Definitely pick this badge up if you're a primary defender. Even if you're not a primary defender, if you're a playmaker, I would suggest picking up this badge on gold. Definitely pick up this badge on gold so you're not so much of a liability on defense. Let's move on to talking about lightning and reflexes. People have been asking me a lot to get my opinion on this badge. I really think this badge is a personal preference heavy badge. I would not pick up this badge. I would not waste my upgrades on this badge. If you're a good defender, you should already be paying attention to your ball handlers' tendencies to know which way they're going to go or which way they like to go. Now, I will say this badge will be very useful in Pro-Am or Rec, guarding full court defense. Even on the threes, this badge will be good. I want to pick up this badge on nothing but gold or Hall of Fame, but it's personal preference. Like I'm saying right now, I would not pick up this badge. Let's move on to talking about moving truck. Now, I have not had too much experience using moving truck, but from the description, it's looking like this badge may be one of those badges that will be underrated, and some players will be using it, and everybody will be wondering what's going on or how they're getting these certain animations in the post when it comes to knocking players out of position for rebounds and defending and things like that. This is going to be that badge. So we will see people, you know what I'm saying, finding an exploit when it comes to using this badge. Hopefully this badge does not bring pushing back down in the post. I don't think anybody really had too much experience using this badge. We'll have to see in full game. Don't have too much opinion when it comes to this badge. Let's move on to talking about off-ball pass. This one, another one of those badges you really cannot test out until full game comes out. If it does the job it says it's supposed to do, this badge will be really good at Gold or Hall of Fame for a defender trying to keep up with a shooter running around the court. So we'll see how this badge plays out in full game. Let's move on to talking about Pick Dodger. Pick Dodger is one of those badges you cannot test out in the demo. Some of these badges are badges you really cannot test out in the demo, like Hot Zone Hunter, Dimer, Floor General, because these badges rely on PvP aspects of the game, you feel me? So we really got to see how good Pick Dodger is going to be this year. Pick Dodger has never really been good in my opinion. I was running through screens very well on NBA2K20, and it's probably that Pick Dodger isn't useful. It's probably that the screens are just always so bad. You feel me? I don't think the screens on 2K have been good since 2K17. That's because players were getting knocked down. Now, I will definitely pick up this badge on Hall of Fame if you do have the upgrades, the extra upgrades. Definitely pick up this badge on Hall of Fame or gold. This badge will be useful on bronze or silver depending on how OP the screens are. But like I said, you really can't practice and test this badge out in the demo, so we'll have to wait for a full game. If you do plan on sticking a lot of pick and roll defense, I definitely will pick up this badge regardless of what the game is saying when it comes to the screens. Now let's move on to talking about pickpocket. Pickpocket is one of those badges. I mean, if you're a primary defender, you have the upgrades. I definitely pick up this badge. But if you're a guard, I definitely would stray away from picking up this badge. I would go like Intimidator, Clamps, Tireless Defender. I wanted too much pride myself on trying to get steals on defense, more so trying to get stops than steals. Because this year on NBA2K20, too much reaching goes to your takeover bar. So the more you reach, the more you lose takeover. And you don't want to pick up Hall of Fame pickpocket and you have a low steal rating. And like I said, you pride yourself on trying to get a lot of steals and you end up losing takeover reaching for the ball too much. Now, I would say it's mandatory for perimeter lockdowns, on-ball defenders, lockdowns. If you're a rim protector or a center, you could possibly pick up this badge if you have the extra upgrades. But like I said when I was talking about interceptor is more so for like rim protectors, off-ball defenders. Pickpocket is more so for on-ball defenders. So if you're not going to be playing a lot of on-ball defense, I would stray away from picking up this badge. At least don't pick it up on Gold or Hall of Fame. Pick it up on a lower tier. As well as we're going to have to see if Hall of Fame Unpluckable negates Hall of Fame Pickpocket or Gold Pickpocket. Or will Gold Unpluckable negate Gold Pickpocket or Hall of Fame Pickpocket? So we're going to have to see how that plays out in full game. And let's move on to talking about Pogo Stick. Pogo Stick is another personal preference heavy badge. I will say the only place this badge will be brilliant and a good badge to pick up is on the 1v1 court. Now, if the 1v1 court returns to where centers are, the court is center dominant, I definitely would pick up Pogo Stick if you're planning on playing a lot of 1v1. This badge will be good on the 1v1 court, and that's the only place it will be good. You possibly could pick up this badge for Pro-Am or Rec, but I will stray away from picking up this badge. It is a waste of upgrades. Like I said, if you got extra upgrades, use it as the last option. Now let's move on to talking about post move lockdown. We got a couple more badges left, y'all, and then we're gonna get out this video. I know this video is a little bit long, you know what I'm saying, but it's a lot of good info giving you guys my opinion on these badges. Now let's talk about post move lockdown. Not needed for 3v3 interior defenders. Post scores will never be the meta on threes. You'll never see people running post score on the threes. So if you are a rim protector playing a lot of threes, I would possibly pick up this badge if you have the extra upgrades, but I will stray away from picking it up because nobody's going to ever go paint heavy on the threes. And even then, there's enough players on the court to where you could get some help defense in the paint depending on the situation. Now, if you do pick up this badge, I'll definitely pick it up on Hall of Fame or Gold. If you're playing a lot of 1v1, definitely pick up this badge. And twos, if you're playing a lot of twos, then possibly pick up this badge. Because we don't know how OP post scores are going to be this year. And if post scores are going to be OP again, this is going to be the post score stopper badge. You feel me? So if you do plan on playing a lot of twos or 1v1, definitely pick up this badge. Threes, Pro-Am, and Rec. Depends. We got to see on what the meta is of the game and how good interior offensive players are. Now let's move on to talking about Rebound Chaser. Rebound Chaser is the new hustle rebounder. Hall of Fame or Gold is a must. Perimeter lockdowns can go without this badge, but if you play a lot of threes, Pro-Am or Rec, and you're a perimeter defender, I would suggest looking into picking up this badge if you have the upgrades, you know what I'm saying? Because you can go down there and get some rebounds like I was just talking about when we were talking about box in the beginning of this video. But definitely pick up Rebound Chaser on Hall of Fame or Gold. If you're a stretch and you got the upgrades, definitely pick up this badge. If you're a stretch, I definitely pick up box and Rebound Chaser and then Intimidator if you get 9 upgrades. So that'll be a beautiful badge setup for a stretch big. Get Intimidator, box, and Rebound Chaser just so you're not too much of a liability on defense. You feel me? Now let's move on to talking about rim protector and rebound chaser is required mandatory for all game modes. You feel me? Twos, threes, pro-am, rec, all that. Let's move on to talking about rim protector. Definitely a must-have for all game modes, depending on your build. I will say on-ball defenders could go without going, you know what I'm saying, max tier on this badge. But I will suggest rim protectors to go max tier Hall of Fame, gold at the least. I will say silver and bronze will 50-50 useless on this badge. But definitely don't sleep on this badge on bronze. But I definitely will pick it up. Like I said, perimeter defenders can go without, depending on your play style, personal preference. Let's move on to talking about Tyler's defender. Tyler's defender is definitely mandatory for perimeter lockdowns. Centers and rim protectors, I would suggest picking up this badge if you do plan on guarding a lot of PNR. Now, if we're going to have to really see, you know what I'm saying, how fast you get tired on defense, because with this badge is pretty much saying that stamina is going to take effect on defense a little bit more. So if you do plan on trying to stay in front of someone a lot, definitely pick up this badge on gold or Hall of Fame. This is another one of those badges that could be possibly good on bronze or silver. But you're definitely never going to get tired with this badge on defense if you got it on gold or Hall of Fame. Definitely going to go hand in hand with pick dodger, being able to fight through screens and keep running through, you know what I'm saying, pick and roll abusers. And let's move on to talking about trapper. Trapper, definitely I would not pick up this badge for twos or threes, park at all. I definitely pick up trapper for pro-am or rec. You're not going to get too many, you know what I'm saying, trap situations on the twos. Probably never going to trap ball on the twos. Possibly can trap ball on the threes, but never really see it happen like that. Definitely pick up this badge for pro-am or rec. If you have the extra badge upgrades, but do not, if you only got like 12 badge upgrades, definitely do not pick up this badge. If you only got 15 badge upgrades, definitely don't pick up this badge. If you got like 30, you know what I'm saying, 28, 26, possibly look into it. Now let's talk about worming, and we're going to get off this video. Whole 20-minute video talking about defensive and rebounding badges, giving you guys my opinion. Hope you guys appreciate this video. I didn't expect this video to be this long, but I got a whole notepad full of all these badges to give you guys my opinion, so I hope you guys appreciate it. But worm, definitely gonna need worm on gold or Hall of Fame. If you plan on being in the post a lot, plan on getting a lot of rebounds, because people are definitely gonna have box on gold or Hall of Fame. So the only way you're gonna get around gold or Hall of Fame box is if you got gold or Hall of Fame worm. And we gotta really see in full game in the park and then pro-am and things, what's gonna balance out Hall of Fame worm versus Hall of Fame box. So at that point, will it come down to strength, or what will it come down to? You feel me? So hopefully we could get more clarification on what badges negate out what. We probably never will, but that's the same thing with unpluckable and pickpocket, worm and box. What's some other badges that's like that? But we just won't know until full game. But definitely pick up worm on Hall of Fame or gold if you have the upgrades. Mandatory, just like box. Now, all these badges and setting up your badges on NBA2K20 definitely are all personal preference. I don't want to sound like I'm steering anybody away from picking up a badge that they thought would be good. I'm just giving my own personal opinion. Playing so many park games over the years, and always really can tell what 2K meta is going to be, or the direction is going to go into. So hope you guys appreciate this video. Hope you guys appreciate my opinions. I'm gonna catch up with y'all on the next one. Y'all stay blessed, be easy. 2K20 on the way. I'm out. One.
Hey, this. Hey, this. Yeah. Fuck a white flag, I ain't tryna forfeit. No way. Niggas stealing swag, tell me who the culprit.